The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Well, this has been all that we'd hoped for. 2 of the game's all-time great QBs slugging it out in a one-score game here in the second half. 1st and 10.
Safety's creeping. Take 30. Loco over here. Watch twins.
Rodgers to throw. That's complete to Lazard. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
34-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
We got chips over here. Chips over here. There's overload. Overload. Tighten up. Tighten up. Tighten up.
To throw is Rodgers. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
I got chip this side. I got chip this side. We got inside. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Now Rodgers. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Alan Lazard, incomplete. Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
A field goal from this spot would be 51 yards. They'll try to move it closer on 3rd down. Back to throw, Rodgers. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And this is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And they will play it safe here and bring this one out to the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
And that'll set them back 5.
You got touchdown.
First throw of overtime for Brady. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And down he'll go at the 25.
Rob Gronkowski.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
In need of a 3rd and 10 conversion to keep this opening drive of OT alive. Now a play fake. Brady. Oh, so close, but incomplete. Could have been a big turnover in overtime if he'd held on. Instead, though, it's 4th down.
Out. It's 4th down.
They'll go for it. It's Brady. And it is incomplete. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position.
On down.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 26-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Kid, right now, you got 58.
What can Rodgers do now with his drive? The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Complete to Allen Lazard. It's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 4.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face, good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
Okay, so interesting here. A field goal would win this thing, but the kicking team on the sideline, and they're going for it on 4th down. Tried the hard count, but to no avail.
Trying to do anything to get them to jump off sides and pick up a 1st down easily. Instead, it goes against them.
Crosby on for the field goal. A 41-yard attempt.
And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. And that changes everything here in OT. So possible disaster there. It's an empty possession, and there's no worse time to have an empty possession than the first drive of overtime.
Yeah, and remember the situation now, Brandon. It's sudden death from here on out. You can bet he's begging for a chance to redeem himself. But the question now is, will that chance ever come?
They begin with a run by Fournette. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On second and inches, Brady. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From midfield, here's Brady. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
A gain of 18.
Throwing on first down is Brady. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. It's Preston Smith. He gets the sack there.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
On now is Ryan Suckup for the field goal try. This to win it in overtime. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright, and we will play on here in overtime. Well, when you get that ball in OT, that's not the chance you envision, and the long field goal attempt here winds up lacking.
And you don't want to hang too much of this on your kicker, but he's going to leave you in a tough spot as well because you give your opponents excellent field position to start their first drive.
Rodgers now on first down. Being chased out left. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. Rodgers now on first down. They'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. Now the timeout comes here. And the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So the game here hangs on the right foot of Mason Crosby. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. We thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goal's from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So that'll do it for my partner, Chavis.